So, as we know, bathroom cop Nancy Mace is headed out of Congress soon. Unfortunately, the Republican Party appears to have another unhinged weirdo waiting in the wings. Meet Anthony Constantino. If the name doesn't ring a bell, he's the CEO of Sticker Mule. Yeah, that Sticker Mule. Apparently, he got tired of printing bumper stickers and decided he'd rather become one. Constantino just won the Republican primary to replace Elise Stefanik in New York's 21st Congressional District. He beat Robert Smullen, who is a Marine Corps veteran, longtime Republican, and sitting state assemblyman. Constantino spent the primary feuding with Republicans almost as much as Democrats, but he got Trump's endorsement and then won by nearly 20 points. So what exactly did Republican primary voters reward? Well, Constantino's signature campaign slogan is Detransition America. And he didn't just say it once. He wrote an entire op-ed called We Need to Detransition America. And think about that phrase for a second. When a politician says that he wants to detransition America, he's talking about detransitioning Americans. And when you read what he wrote, that's exactly where it goes. He writes that we need to end the madness. He compares gender-affirming care to smoking and alcoholism. And he says the government shouldn't be financially supporting puberty blockers, hormones, or surgeries. And then he writes that adults are free to make their own decisions. Cool, sounds promising, right? But then he immediately pivots into why the government should discourage and restrict those same decisions. He also says that adults should be appropriately informed about the harms of transition. Guess what, dude? They are. That's called informed consent. When you begin gender-affirming care, doctors explain the risks, the benefits, the alternatives, what changes are reversible, what changes aren't, and then you decide what's right for you. That's how medicine works, Tony. And I know because I've been through it. In fact, my first 2 doctors were so cautious that my transition was moving at a glacial pace. They kept my hormone levels at the very bottom of a typical female range for over a year. It wasn't exactly a free-for-all. And here's the part that really gets me. If you force a trans kid through puberty that they were trying to avoid, that's not a neutral decision. Some changes cannot be reversed, others require extensive medical treatment later, and some become lifelong sources of distress. Trans people, their families, and their doctors have been explaining this for years. So when somebody tries to sell these policies as compassion or fiscal responsibility, look at what they actually produce. Because the real world result is more suffering for trans people and in many cases, more medical intervention, not less. So back to Anthony Constantino. He is the favorite in this district. That's the reality. If he gets to Washington, our next priority is making him as ineffective as possible. That means winning as many seats as we can nationwide, so politicians running on ideas like Detransition America don't have the votes to turn those slogans into law.